The Color of Your Eyes, written by Blackcatsassin, read by gutterratt 1213. Chapter 16, Richy. Jake ran and ran through the mines. He had to get out if he didn't want to get caught. He was glad that Hannah was finally safe, but the FBI was still on his heels, and he still had to do one more thing. He had to find Richy. He could get caught, lost for days in the tunnels, or even worse, he could seriously get hurt in these abandoned mines. Just as he thought his situation could not get any worse, he started to smell smoke not far from him. But giving up on Richy was simply impossible. He has changed into a man who once again cares for people other than himself. It was all thanks to Leah. She has said that she would take care of Richy, but his gut feeling told him to still look out for the mechanic. The smoke got worse now. Something was definitely burning. He followed the walls that were glowing with orange. He increased his speed and almost bumped into the wall when he took a sharp left. There, on the floor, defeated and frozen, sat Richy, flames dangerously close to him. "Richy!" Jake shouted. Richy looked up, and even though his eyes still looked dull, he looked quite surprised and confused. Jake was still wearing his face mask, and Richy had never seen him before, so it was no surprise that he didn't recognize Jake. Jake grabbed Richy and tried to get him up. "Up! We need to get out of here," Jake shouted, the flames getting closer. "Why? Who are you? Leave me here. I'm not going anywhere," Richy trailed off. "I won't let you. You're coming with me, back to Hannah, Lilly, Dan, Cleo, Thomas, and Leah." Now Jake started to pull Richy away, who was still limp and emotionless. "Leah? How do you know her?" A flash of emotions came across Richy. "I'm Jake. I became part of the group of people who were eagerly waiting for you." Now Jake started to run as he dragged Richy with him. "The group," Richy repeated. "Yes, the group. Now come with me." Jake started to cough, caused by the smoke. Richy had tears in his eyes. "I did unspeakable things. I kidnapped and held Hannah captive. I was the man without a face. There's no coming back from that." Jake looked around for the next escape. If he remembered correctly, there was still one way out left. He turned left. "Everyone makes mistakes, me included," Jake began. "Please let this be the right way." "My mistakes are unforgivable," Richy sobbed. "You can find that out after we've escaped this mine." Jake turned right. They kept walking until Jake, to his relief, saw what he was looking for, a pond. He took off his face mask. Richy looked at him. The smoke had reached this cave. "Look, Richy, I don't know if you can be forgiven or not, but I have seen people do worse, and they're still alive. As long as you're alive, you can still make up for what you did, but when you're dead, there's no chance for redemption anymore. All I know is that you have friends waiting for you, Hannah included." Jake took off his hoodie and threw it away. He turned to Richy. "It is your decision. If you want to redeem yourself and see your friends, take a deep breath and follow me. If not, you can either be burnt or drowned. Your choice. But I implore you, take the wise one." Jake hoped by presenting Richy with these two choices, Richy would find the strength to follow him. He didn't want to leave Richy in the mines, but at this point there was nothing else he could do. An explosion could be heard in the distance, and the cave started to rumble. "Decide now," Jake shouted before jumping in the water and swimming through the flooded mine that should lead them outside to another small pond. Richy was standing alone in the cave, looking at where the explosion and the smoke came from, then back to the pond. With one deep breath, he jumped into the water, following Jake.